Hello there, Ringside Crew.
Hello there, Ringside Crew.
Hey dudes at Ringside Crew, this is Davian.
Hey, it's Jenny Santana here.
This is Elsie.
This is the Savage Juggernaut, Tamaku.
Inside Ring!
This is Thomas D. Bruff.
This is Billy Starks.
Mr. Chad Epic.
Megan Mason.
Hey everybody, Scotland's own Brody Adler.
The headliner in charge, Marco Mania.
This is your girl Charisma.
Papa Dink, Brendan Dicker.
This is According to Woods.
Savannah Summers.
I'm Shorty.
Casper Inside.
Where you are watching
The internationally known
Dudes at Ringside podcast, hosted by Metal Geek and Joe the Panther Jr.
Hello there, wrestling fans. Welcome to another episode of the internationally known Dudes at Ringside podcast. I'm your host, Joe the Panther III, and now from the top of Metal Mountain, in the middle of the mosh pit, it's the happy heel himself, the Metal Geek.
What's going on, Ringside Crew? What's going on, internationally known? What's going on, Joe? What's going on, everybody? What's going on today?
Not much. So, did you enjoy yourself at Creative Pro Wrestling?
Creative Pro, by the way, they're not paying me to say this, just so everybody knows, but Creative Pro is an amazing promotion. Everybody should go check it out. Check them out on YouTube. Check them out on Twitch. Creative Pro Wrestling, Major Pod Wrestling.
You just want to tell me you got a deal last night.
But check them out. Amazing stuff right there, you know. And
but we got a guest, my dude, in the waiting room. Don't you hear the motorcycles, Geek?
So let's give a warm Dudes at Ringside podcast welcome to a BMF, Joe
Morris. Welcome.
How you doing? You all right?
Yes,
We're
we're
good.
good. Yeah, I just chugged my coffee and got to hydrate. Which just was vodka. Yeah, welcome. So, Morris, if our American fans are not familiar with you, why would they not be? Introduce yourself.
Well, everyone at home, I am Morris, the BMF. I've been wrestling 8.5 years for Commentary Pro Wrestling.
Wow.
And yeah, I'm a BMF. As you can see from the back there, BMF, and I'm the next gen wrestling heavyweight champion for Commentary Pro Wrestling.
That's awesome, man.
That's
we
awesome.
love you guys over there in CPW. You guys really, as I said before the podcast, you guys really have been giving us a lot of like love and support, like all our guests we've had on and stuff like with Nathan's and the Shorties and the Alfies. But with you, so who trained you?
Well, like I say, my journey is quite unique to a lot of people because obviously no one knows. I've got autism, which basically means I struggle with, still struggle with communication, eye contact, and sort of things where I struggle in crowds. So when I first started wrestling, I struggled a lot in terms of confidence, so I wouldn't really talk to no one. And then obviously I found CPW because I wanted to be a wrestler and get to obviously watching WWE and that sort of thing. And like I say, that first session was really hard. And I've had many trainers over the years, such as obviously Will Starr. And the three main people that have helped me is obviously my mum and dad behind the scenes. And the promoter of Commentary Pro Wrestling, Phil Richards, has heavily helped me over the years and believed in me to get me to the point where I am now.
Awesome.
So how did you get your start exactly in the wrestling business?
So with me, what I did was obviously I searched around for ages, for a few years to be fair, looking for the right promotion, because in Coventry there weren't a lot of wrestling promotions back then. And obviously I was 11 years old at the time, and I found Commentary Pro Wrestling where they're promoting like their academy, and I was like the first ever like kid to go there and actually work my way through, because obviously the rest of them, they were men, women, but I was a child, and that's what made it to so unique of starting the academy, leading obviously onto the Superstars, which obviously is an amazing project that we've been doing for a while. And for anyone who wants to be a professional wrestler from anywhere, England or America, that sort of project, it's quite unique because it's like white collar boxing, but it's for wrestling. You have 12 weeks and it's such a unique experience and you're guaranteed a match.
Okay. So,
we got comments for you. It's like everybody loves Morris in the chat right now. So
all the love in the chat. We love that stuff. So is there anybody in the European or like any of the countries over there in America on the independent scene that you've been watching and scouting online, like that you have on your dream list to wrestle?
Well, like I say, I'm always looking on the independent scene in England, America, obviously in all over Europe. And one person that I've been following quite a lot, obviously his whole journey, is Drew McIntyre. And that's one person, obviously, I can relate to, coming from Scotland, which is very close to England, and making it all the way to where he is now. That's definitely one person on my dream list.
Yeah, it's like everybody on the podcast like that we've had has said that Drew McIntyre is probably their inspiration to become a professional wrestler. I don't know, Joe. Do you agree with that one, or
It's like I've heard. Yeah, I agree with you, Geek. Like normally I don't agree with you. Like,
wow, Joe's turned to the heel side. Look at that.
It's because I keep smelling those cookies and the hot fresh coffee on your side. And I'm like,
damn it.
Like, it's hard not to say that because Drew McIntyre has had a crazy story in his career. Like, as you said, Morris, like, it started out with him, like, being in that stable that everybody doesn't want to talk about, the rock group that he was part of, and now
the three-man band.
Oh God, it's like almost don't want to talk about it. He'll probably go, ugh. And like, and now look at it.
He probably had fun doing that, I think.
You know, that it seemed like fun, but like at the same time, like, was it really? Like, you couldn't be yourself. Oh, wow, got a lot of love today. Wow.
People love Morris over in Coventry. Look at that, man.
Yeah, look at this, Morris. You got a lot of love today in the chat. We got a lot of love for everybody. So
that's what we like to hear.
Make sure everybody that's coming in, make sure you please follow us on YouTube and Twitch and anywhere you're watching the podcast right now. Because
and if you do, you'll see a dancing cat dance around.
Yeah, you're gonna see a dancing cat if you're on Twitch.
And you subscribe, so you want to see us.
Not subscribe.
We'll dance if you subscribe. How about
it's
that?
It's like dance, monkeys, dance.
All right. So.
You're next, Geek.
No, it's like what exactly? How did the name BMF come about? Like, who came up with it?
So obviously, completely different contrast. When I first started, I was a butler, and obviously, going from that, I went to a biker. Now, years and years ago, that jacket over there was completely plain, and obviously, I didn't know where to go with it. And obviously, I was speaking with the promoter Phil, and we came up with the BMF, which is unique. I've never seen no one do that, so I went from so from a biker, I've got to be a badass, and to work into that badass thing, that's how I went to the BMF, the bad motherfucker.
Yeah. Don't worry, Morris. You don't have to worry about being censored, and we curse in here. It's like we try not to do it so much because we have, like, different countries with different, like, younger fans,
younger audiences. We understand that too. So yeah.
With Coventry, they have a lot of shows for families, and
100%.
Yes,
yeah.
That's one thing that we get a lot when we have people from England and Scotland, and they always ask us, so when are you coming? And we're like, Coin Jar, are you ready to get deposited yet? Because that is on me and Geek's list, guys. Yeah. Everybody in CPW that's watching this show right now, that is on our list. We've been dying. We're waiting and saving our cash. We want to come to the England and see CPW live because we've heard so much good things about you guys.
Definitely.
In CPW.
CPW is on our list.
And we have so many fans that ask us about you guys a lot. Like, wrestlers, what is this CPW you guys always talk about and always promote? And I'm like, it's something special. You guys are doing something special in CPW. You may not see it, but we are asked about it from wrestlers and fans. People like me in PA are like, what's that CPW? I'm like, oh, it's something special. You just got to look the website up and watch it.
And not only us, Joe, Justin as well. Justin talks about it too.
Our friend Justin, like, he asks about it and talks about it too. And it's like, it's hard because you guys do so many shows. Like, how many shows a week do you guys do in Coventry?
Like I say, it all ranges, but majority of the week we do a weekly taping for either New Blood or Next Gen, and then I'd probably say between every month and every 2 weeks we'll have a show, obviously, and then it goes from there, leading on from the tapings. Like Raw and SmackDown, we have Next Gen and New Blood, and then it builds on from there.
Mm-hmm. So what gets you exactly ready for a match? Exactly, what's your pre-match ritual? Exactly.
Like I say, every week we have training. That's obviously one thing, but right before a match, for me, I would take a good hour to psych myself up, warm myself up, do push-ups, squats, that sort of thing, stretch myself off, and then obviously I'll get myself into character. I'll walk like Morris, I'll talk like Morris, and then out the curtain comes Morris.
Awesome.
Corey Morris will destroy all the CPW gang.
Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez.
Especially that Will Star guy.
Yeah, that Will Star. I swear, Geek looks like the cat that's staring at the window, and he's like, wants to have Will on the podcast. He's like, please come in. The window is open. And I'm just like, no. I'm closing the curtains and I'm closing the window, locking it. No, no. But I want Will to come on the podcast. I really want Will to come on because I know, like you, he's someone that's very important to the Coventry Pro universe, and we want to show what our American fans, what you guys are doing in the UK, and it's just. I really wish, as I said it to you before live, that you had a Twitch channel, because that would help me and Geek and all our fans be like, oh, we could watch. And there's something I want to say when we're live. I would love to maybe do guest commentary for you guys, because that's how much me and Geek love CPW. Like, for like a show. If you ever have a show you want us to help you out and do a guest commentary.
Joe, is this going somewhere? Because the ratings are going down now. You're losing the viewers. I'm sorry.
No, we're not. Geek, next question.
I know. I just asked. What's been the pre-match ritual?
Oh, I got it. Is there a certain song that like you put on your headphones before you, like right before your match, that gets you like, wow, like all in?
Like say with me, what I do is, instead of like listening to music and that sort of thing, I will listen to the fans. And once that gets me in my moment, my actual entrance song that I have now, which is Natural by Imagine Dragons, that gets me ready for that moment to walk out that curtain.
Okay.
Yeah. Is there who's your dream opponent exactly?
Anybody.
Forbidden Door style.
I was about to say Forbidden Door. I forgot the word. Forbidden Door. Like
say, I'd love to face a lot of people, especially on the independent scene. But obviously, if we're going for straight, you got to go straight to the top. I'd love to face someone like Roman Reigns. I'd love to get to that level of wrestling where I get to the top of the tree. That's my final goal, to get to the top of the tree in professional wrestling and just keep up there for as long as I can.
Awesome.
To be honest, now just because you said that, I want to see that match.
Yeah, I think that would be a good match.
To be honest, I want to see that match just because you said you want to face Roman Reigns. And now I say, you know what? The king of, like, the BMF versus the big dog.
What is he now? He's called the Tribal Chief. Geek.
The Tribal Chief. Well, the big dog, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The BMF. And then you must acknowledge him. You know what I mean?
Or I don't think Morris would. He'd be like, no, you acknowledge me.
But he isn't. He isn't. This is gonna get a lot of heat though. But he is the number one on the PW Insider right now.
Yep. I think it should be somebody else. I think it should be more based to the indie scene.
It is based on the indie scene too. So
yeah, I saw it. I was just like, they could have given the number one spot to someone from the UK or somebody from like the more tossed to the independent scene. They didn't have to bring in the WWEs.
Dale, get on it, man. You need to book that match in Coventry. You need to get on the phone with Triple H.
Gosh,
That's it.
I heard you guys sell out tickets for your shows fast. Just imagine that goes on the marquee. Oh my gosh.
100%.
You just need
It'll
to get on
sell
the
out.
phone with Triple H now.
Gail, get on the phone with Trips. Oh God. NXT versus CPW. That would be crazy.
That'd be something.
Yeah.
That's insane, dude, right?
So you're next geek, right?
Is there any dream places you love to travel to, or
Like I say, with me, especially with wrestling, I want to travel all over the world. But obviously, I'd love to go to America and see what it's like over there. But really, anywhere where there's wrestling, so I can get that experience.
I mean, for me and Joe, it's definitely we want to travel to United Kingdom. For personal reasons, Geek would love to go to Japan. You know what I mean? Because I'm just a fan of I love Pokemon. I'm somebody who loves Pokemon. So to actually get to see like when Nintendo is made and all that stuff, man, Geek would be actually geeking out right there.
He'd be crying. He'd be like, "Oh my God, I can't believe it." I just watched a Nintendo get made. It's like for him, it's like watching a film. He's just sitting there like this. I'm like, what?
And Joe would be like, "Can we go home now?"
Is there a wrestling show where should we be promoting and be at right now? On my dumb luck, I'll be trying to message people. I'm like, why is it not working? They're all sleeping, Joe. It's like 2:00 in the morning in America. Oh, that's why no one's responding. And we don't have the Wi-Fi here. So Morris, what kind of this is an off question, but what kind of food do you like?
Like I say with me, my favourite food has to be chicken.
Oh, okay.
Has to be.
So chicken. Fried or baked?
For me, it could be grilled, baked, fried. I just love chicken. I love protein.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, if you want to do a top 10, you could do a top 10 too.
Oh, top 10 food? Okay. Here
or top 5. Or top 5, whatever.
Ooh. Top 5. Well, obviously, number 1 has to be chicken. Then I'd probably go chicken. Then probably go beef. Then mix it up a bit. I'd probably have sweet corn for number 3.
Mm-hmm.
Because obviously vegetables. And then my final 2, that'll probably have to be something like probably fish and then rice.
Yeah.
All them top 5.
Well, I like fish, but I'm partial to having like fish, have a little rice, and have a little glass of wine. Mm-hmm. And then eat the skin after I'm done with it.
What's your favorite match, you'd say?
With me, like I say, I've had many, many matches in my career, but I can't really pick a number 1. But I've got a top 5. Top 5 matches. Obviously not in order. 1 would be against Will Starr. The one that I had in 2019 at the Xmas Bash. Mm-hmm. Another one would be one that I had recently, which was against wrestler who I obviously have a very big connection with because he's my dad, Taco. at History 9, which is like our WrestleMania. Another one of my favourite matches happened at the last Summerfest show as well, against someone called Protest in a TLC match, which was out of this world. It was one, like I say, it was a big experience for me, probably one of my biggest matches I've probably been in.
Mm-hmm. The boss is here. He's in the
Hey,
chat
Nathan.
right now.
So, we've been hearing a lot about that match with that they do, the prison match. Hey, what's going on? Have you ever done one of the prison matches yet?
Well, this obviously a fun fact. The last prison show, I wasn't in the prison, but I've had the second most prison matches in CPW.
Mm.
And my last prison match was against someone called Manlight the Reese. And obviously that match was one of my biggest matches as well, especially with that steel structure being, it's so brutal because it's not like a normal cage match. It's like proper solid bars and the grate on it as well. It's brutal, but I love them type of matches.
It's funny when Geek and I always we hear about that match. We watch the clips and we're like, they're really handcuffed to the right. What do you always say, Geek? The rope. What do you say?
The rope. Are we talking about the prison match?
Rope. Right.
Are we talking about the prison? Are we talking about the prison match? Or are we talking about the other one where they handcuffed to the ropes?
The Death Row match.
That's a different match, Joe.
I thought that was the prison match. Could have sworn that was prison.
The prison match is like with the cage. Yeah, and then the Death Row match is the one with the handcuffs.
Oh, okay. I was thinking that was, I got the matches confused. I thought that was the prison match with the handcuffs on the rope.
I understand more though with the handcuffs. I get that.
Yeah, I'm like.
Has there been any stipulation matches you have not competed in yet you would love to bring into CPW?
I mean, there's one that's happened within CPW, but I'd love to be in one, a ladder match.
Ladder match.
I'd love to be in a ladder match because obviously with my style of wrestling, and obviously I love doing lucha wrestling as well, flipping off the top rope. I'd love to be in a ladder match.
Awesome.
You know, would be an awesome match if it's your gimmick. A casket match would be absolutely awesome.
I've been in one of them as well. I've been in a casket.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Ooh,
against Tomby as well.
Oh wow, against Tomby. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Death Row match. Uh-oh. Someone's banging. That's not me.
Someone's calling the phone.
My phone's off.
Will Star. It's Will Star. He's calling.
It's Will. What's the code?
They're talking about me again.
It's the boss. He's saying, "Give me the link. Give me the link now." Okay, I'm trying to think another match that I could see you doing if CPW would do it.
Buried Alive.
Hardcore. We said Death Row. We said the prison.
Buried Alive. Buried Alive would be awesome.
Oh, Buried Alive! If they would do that.
That, like I say, that'd be very, very hard in the aspect of obviously setting up, getting the setup for actually putting the hole in the ground and that sort of thing. But it'd be a very, very good concept, though.
Yeah.
That'd be hard.
And who would you face if it was a Buried Alive match? Who would you love to face?
Like I say, there's many people, but the one person who I'd have to face, I faced him in the casket match. I'd have to face him in the Buried Royal. It'd have to be Tomby.
100%. Definitely, right?
Ooh, I thought of you said ladder match. Face Tomby in a ladder match, but on top of the ladder would be his bat with the barbed wire on it. Winner gets
ladder match for the bat, basically.
Yes, but you could use other weapons in the ladder match, like almost like a TLC style, but the bat is hanging on the ladder.
But whoever gets to the bat gets to use the bat.
Oh yeah, there you go. There you go.
Watch the brains are turning over and see.
Oh, I can see the wheels turning in the corners of like Will. I can see they're all turning, going. Well, I think that'd be a good idea, but I don't know if we're here for this show. Oh, geez. Here we go. What did we start, Geekums? Always giving ideas.
We have all the bosses in the chat right now just chiming in saying that.
They're all messaging each other like, that's a good idea, but I don't think we should do that on this date. Maybe this date.
A day on Halloween would be great.
What do you think, Tomby? I don't know. I think I'm in. These guys have too many good ideas. They need to go. Ooh, if Coventry could do it, do you think they would ever do like a Hell in a Cell match, or is that too big?
Like say it would be a good idea to do something similar, but obviously we've already got a Prism, but that's more like steel cage type. But it would be really nice to do something very similar to the Hell in a Cell,
like a giant structure, right? Like
yeah.
But you would have to build that. You know what I mean, guys? That would have to really they would have to have a really long intermission to build that cage because that's a big
100%. We'd be there hours.
Yeah, you would have to start the show at like your time 7, like instead of 1 o'clock. The show would have to start at literally like 11 o'clock just to get them to make the full cage.
I actually got to witness a steel cage match at an independent show. So this is just like a small local independent show I saw. So this took at least a half hour to build the whole thing. And you had every single indie wrestler building it with contractors and like people that know how to build this thing. And I mean every indie wrestler was surrounding the cage helping build it. They all came out from the back to do it. It's crazy.
That's my one thing. One of my favorite things about the indies, Morris, is that the wrestlers help with the structures and help build things and set up the arena. Like anywhere
100%.
else, they're going, ugh. You know what I mean? Like that's the cool thing I like about the indies.
Yeah, I'll get that. Like I say, it's that thing as well, helping set up and putting it all together to come out with that final product of the whole show. It is quite a special thing.
Mm-hmm. Yep, totally.
So I just want to make a quick announcement. I know I said this before, but if we got any new people, please just give us a follow. Help us out. Please help us out by subscribe, like, follow, hit the like button. It helps me and Joe out a lot, and it doesn't really cost you guys anything. So
it just takes your fingers sliding 5 feet over to the
like button, subscribe
button on YouTube.
That's it. And we would be greatly appreciated. We thank you so much.
And also tell your friends. It's nice that we love you guys supporting us in the UK. It's so cool. Oh my gosh, Shorty's mom. Hi, Shorty mama. Hi. Shorty's mom's here. She's so cool. We're so happy to have her in the chat. Yay. See how I fanboyed out for Shorty's mom. Shorty's mom is so cool.
Morris is the most CPW fan based, as he always puts his all in his matches. So look, you get so much love in the chat, Morris. Look at that. You're loved here.
It means a lot.
So cool.
So we love our Morris. It would be amazing to see you take on Tomby.
Oh.
Somebody said, I think somebody just wrote, we'd love to see an Undertaker match, right?
Oh, you know what? I thought
Corey would smash the Undertaker.
If you do a Halloween show against Tomby, you should do like a graveyard match, almost like a street fight, but call it a graveyard match, and there's no rules. Like you could
that'd be nice to do, like sort of match similar to the Undertaker match where you have no rules, but it's still that same base. It would be amazing.
Yeah.
Dale, you do the rubber duckies, got a pound scammer. Never forget that.
Okay.
I don't get it.
Yeah.
Elaborate.
Elaborate. I could see the Halloween match, all the weird stuff outside, like Halloween stuff you could use, and you could also use like buckets of candy, like everything outside the ring, all the fun stuff. But then also, here we go. What are you doing hardcore matches? This is big in America. Do you either have do you prefer tacks or Legos?
Like say with me, I've never really took either. But if I had to pick one to go for, I'd probably say tack, simply because it's another one of them things you can say you've experienced. And as much as it hurts, but it'd be one of them things I'd love to obviously go through with.
Yeah, if there's anybody you could tag with, who would you tag with and why?
Like I say, I've had many amazing tag partners, but Well, within CPW, obviously that I've always had one tag partner who's I've solely always had. It ain't always been wrestling, but it'd have to within CPW you'd have to be Taco, 100%.
Taco, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Hey, Dave.
Because you have the, as me, you have the lucha wrestling thing, and putting that together would be something special to do that another time.
Mm-hmm. Wow, again, is it Morris, the GOAT of CPW, a top tier guy in and out of the ring?
Yeah.
Morris is the best. Morris needs to wipe the smile off Protest's face for good.
I think this is the biggest crowd we've had in the chat for a while.
Yeah, definitely. From Bushy as good, Morris he won't beat the deathmatch specialist Tomby.
Oh gosh, Tomby's gonna be coming after us now, Geek. I'm gonna throw you in front of me. You can take the bat.
Taco's awesome.
Tacos are delicious. Hello, Dave. Is the food wise? Oh, here we go. You said tacos. Do you like You said you like chicken. Do you like chicken tacos or regular tacos?
I like all tacos. Got to love tacos.
Yeah, we used to say that all the time on the podcast. We're a taco podcast and pizza. We love pizza too.
I know I asked you what your favorite matches were in your career, but who's been your favorite matches like of all time? You'd say like, and this could be like American, it could be British wrestling, anything that you really say I love this match.
I'd probably say one of my favorite matches I've ever watched. Obviously not live, but from watching it was probably my second ever match I watched, which was Stone Cold versus The Rock at WrestleMania 19 when Stone Cold retired.
That match is a classic, and nobody will ever forget the ending. By the way, the ending when Stone Cold Steve Austin, the degenerate, he absolutely did the unthinkable and aligned himself with the boss.
That one? Or was that the other one they faced?
That was 17 was the one he aligned himself with the boss. 19 was his final match.
Yeah, I knew Morris. I was like,
so-called final match. After he wrestled Kevin Owens.
I personally would have wrote it differently because Stone Cold's a legend. Why did you have him go out in the? I know it's putting The Rock over, but I would have just had him win and walk away. Stone Cold, the Rattlesnake. You can't have the Rattlesnake go out. I know, as I said, he's putting people over, but that's always perfect.
Yeah.
Hey, what's going on, Emmy?
I think it was a nice way for him to go, though, in the aspect of his final match with the person he feuded with for quite a bit in his career. I think it's a very special way for him to go as well, with someone he's obviously faced and got to know, and ending it that way. It like I say, for me, even put a frog in my throat back then, seeing him retire and.
But yeah, I think The Rock should have been just the last choice because it would. I mean, to be honest, I get it. I think never mind. I take it back because Kevin Owens, that was kind of his final send off. He never really got to say goodbye to the fans in that way. So I feel that Kevin Owens, when he wrestled him at WrestleMania, I feel like that was his saying, "Okay, I'm sorry, I forgot to tell you guys I was retiring. This is it. Thank you so much for everything that you do."
Like, I'm so glad that they never went through that whole storyline that was supposed to happen, Morris. I don't know if you know that. Stone Cold was supposed to take on Brock, and that be his last match. And
No, actually, no, that wasn't the story. The story was that he was going to lose to Brock on a random Raw. And
I thought it was at a WrestleMania or something.
No. He said, because Stone Cold said on an interview, he's like, "Why are we doing this on a random Raw? This is a big money match. We can't do this on it's a random episode of Raw. Your biggest star lose to Brock Lesnar. You know, it would have to be on a WrestleMania or SummerSlam or something. So that's why I think they said, okay, you don't want to do it. We'll have The Rock lose to Brock at SummerSlam for the title."
Yeah.
That's what they did. That's what they did. So
I think I find it silly, but I'm glad they did the way they did it. And like, if they would have did it the other way, I think the fans would have been disappointed. I think they were disappointed to see Stone Cold go, but
like I say, everyone has their time eventually.
Yeah.
They've got to, like I say, wrestling does a lot to your body, and at some point you've got to hang up the boots and look back at your career. And obviously, because wrestling, like I say, from what I've seen, to a lot of people, it's put a lot of people where they can't walk and that sort of thing. And that's what we do for this business, and that's the sacrifices we make.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. So who has been, you say, your toughest opponent, you'd say?
Toughest opponent? I would probably, in terms of an actual fight, like I say, I've had a lot of people where it's been a fight and getting to
fight.
I'd probably say my toughest opponent, I would say there's three for me. Obviously, I'd say Tomby. He's up there. Will Starr. And I'd probably say Scott Oberman as well.
Scott. A lot of stuff about Tomby Joe, man, right?
A lot. It's going to be a Clip Central when this podcast is over. Tomby.
And we got to send him to say, hey, Morris said this about you. We're his toughest opponent.
Or it's already been out there. They're like telling him, get on the chat now. They're talking about you, Tomby. He's like, no. Yeah, so. Okay. What else is new? Got that. We got where you want to travel to. Let's get. Anything else, Geekums?
Yeah. So, I'm good. So, Joe,
is there any? Is there any upcoming shows for Coventry, Nathan?
Well, like I say, recently we just had our Next Gen show, which obviously all the people at home can watch on the CPW On Demand service, the Patreon. But one that's coming up, I believe it's this week, it's on the 24th of September. I believe it's called New Dawn. It's the start of season 10, one of our biggest seasons, season 10 as well. So that's 10 years of CPW as well.
Congratulations, you guys.
Congratulations, you guys. That's 10 seasons. That's big.
10's the big number right there. That's like doing 10, 20, 30. That's like a milestone number right there. Yeah, exactly. Yep. Let's go for 10 more. Let's go for 20 more.
We're hoping to make it to season 10 of this podcast. So
yeah. We're only on season 2.
Season 2.
That's it.
And we're up to like 200 episodes. So
286 episodes.
Yeah, 286. Yep.
Yeah,
so
200.
We would like to thank you for coming on the podcast, Morris. Thank you so much.
Thank you as well for having me.
No problem.
And do you have any social medias you would like to plug or?
Like I say, I've got my Facebook, which is Morris MBK, my Instagram, Morris MBK, and obviously one place where you can see a lot of me as well is CPW on their Facebook page and their Instagram pages. But yeah, that's all of my social medias. But I know I'm starting a YouTube channel soon, posting stuff on there as well for Morris.
And they said you skipped the yard match is one of my favorites.
Yes, that skip yard match was a very, very big match for me as well, because it was one of them ones where it was a cinematic match, and it was very similar to Undertaker's Boneyard match, but it was a multi-man match. So you had obviously Tom Bionnet, myself, Scott Oberman, Dan Evans, and Cleo, which, as we know now, is obviously Nathan Lewis, for the CPW heavyweight title in a skip yard.
Awesome.
You gotta go back and check that one out.
Now we have to go look for that. Geek, I guess I'm gonna have to be sending you money in the thing so we could get on the CPW train. Because every time we turn around, we go on the Instagram page and look, or Facebook, we're like, here goes another show we have to watch.
Yeah.
That's one thing we really appreciate everything you guys do with CPW again, and thank you. So all I'm gonna say is thank you guys for being so kind and sweet, and to everybody on the CPW roster. So far, we've had you. Thank you.
Yeah. Also, everyone in the chat, if you're not following, remember, if you're not following this page, please follow everybody here. So everybody in this,
here,
because we want to see. Right now, we want to see the dancing cat within the next 5 minutes.
Yes, before we leave.
It's all this way. All right.
I'm Joe Panther III.
I'm the Metal Geek.
And I'm Morris the BMF, the next gen wrestling heavyweight champion.
Definitely.
Force champions. And we will catch you in the next one.